All right, everyone, welcome back for my third attempt at the 8th vignette in the Veilwraith campaign. Fierce Storm is handing it to me. First time I lost, that was my own fault. Second time, I feel like I just drew really poorly. I was just behind from the beginning and could never catch up. Um, so third time's the charm, hopefully. Uh, so let's just jump right in. First threat. That's the same one that came up first last time, the champion. 7 fight and the 2 spirit cost. And I draw Memory of Poison. So 2 explore and I can heal 1. Or better, but I would have liked to see some fight. So I think maybe what I need to do, I think I need to aggressively use my flip ability on this fight. So I'm not saving it for a foe. Like, I'm not going to save it until the end of the game for the Enraged Giant. Um, I want to use it early, get ahead of threats, just stay ahead of my threat area. So I'm willing to take 1 turn of damage from that champion, because then I can heal with it. But and also there is this ability on defeat I can ignore an anima threat. So who knows? Maybe next turn I draw an anima threat. So I think I'm going to do that. So this turn, let's just use it as a prep turn. Again, I'm going to learn from my last game where I used influence and then I wanted it in the highest slot. So instead, I'm going to use explore to draw a card. And there's Memory of Redemption. And now we're going to power up influence. So when I flip fight, I get 5 power tokens on it, which is the max. So that's my turn. I take 2 damage. And we go on. Believer. He's a Deha threat, so that's not helpful. But on defeat, I can search my deck for a memory and add it to my hand. Well, that could come in handy. And there's Memory of Might. All right. Well, let's think about this. They're both spirit damage too, so I may as well. I don't necessarily need to go for the champion. Taking care of the believer uh, will save me the same amount of health, and also I can go looking for a card. Um, so let's do that. So we're going to play Memory of Redemption and then use Influence. Save the power token. We don't need it. We're going to defeat the believer. Now we're going to go looking for a memory. So we can take 1 memory from our deck. Memory of Heart is tempting for the additional action. Um, Memory of Strength, it was going to be the next one we drew anyway. That's tempting to get in some extra fight. And also ignore Spirit Cost 2 card. I think I want the additional action. I want to have that in my hand. So I'm going to take that and shuffle up. Because maybe I turn up one of those Oathsworn, which is a normal threat. It's not a foe, but it takes, you have to get both influence and fight to defeat it. Having an additional action could be helpful there. Uh, Great. And so we're going to power up Explore. I think it's still a good idea to flip fight to take care of that champion. So we'll use power tokens elsewhere. Take 2 damage, so we're down to 16. Next card. There it is with the Oathsworn. All right. So good thing we have additional action. Um, the Oathsworn says discard 1 anima threat from anywhere in play. We don't have any anima threats, so I think we go for this champion and ignoring an anima threat is not as good as discarding it. So let's, and they're both spirit cost 2 cards. So let's go for that champion. And to get there, we will need to flip. So let's flip that fight. Get 5 power tokens. And then we will use fight and 4 of those tokens to defeat this champion. And so for that Oathsworn, we need 5 fight, 5 influence. We only have 1 fight in our hand. So let's power up influence then. So now if influence gets into this highest slot, it's now at 5, which is what we need to take care of that Oathsworn. Combining gives me an extra power token. It does do me 2 damage every turn. Well, it is not, it is a Deha threat. So I think what we do is we play Memory of Veil, and we use our Explore action to take care of that Alchemist. We heal for 2. And now we're in good position. We've got fight and influence in the highest slots, so we're in good position to take care of that Oathsworn next turn. Let's power up fight and go. So we take 2 damage. We're down to 14. It's all right. We have a lot of healing in this deck. We haven't played any of it, so I'm okay with where we're at. Although I'd like to. I think we're going to see a key right now. Oh my gosh, second Oathsworn. That's actually awesome because discarding 1 anima threat, they're both anima threats. So beating 1 means we can beat both. So that was a very fortunate draw there. And we have our extra action here from Memory of Heart. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to use both power tokens for the fight requirement. Then we're going to play Memory of Heart. Or sorry, for the influence requirement. And then we're going to play Memory of Heart. We're also going to play Memory of Might. Oh, no, we won't. Let's hold on to Memory of Might. And then because we only need 5. And then we'll use fight and we'll defeat the Oathsworn, and then we'll discard the other Oathsworn. And then we'll power up Explore. All right. Awesome. Well, that was worked out in our favor. Keep that Oathsworn around and wait for another anima threat to come up, which turned out to be the second Oathsworn. So now we should have the key here. There it is, Key of Sight. All right, so we get another lull turn. Lull turn meaning we're not facing any damage in the threat area from the deck. So we can get to that 6. We can play Memory of Poison. We heal for 1, and that gives us 6. Explore to grab ourselves a key. And let's go ahead and power up fights. Reset. So that worked out pretty well for us because now we have an additional action available to us from the key. Redeemer. Okay, 7 influence to defeat, 2 spirit cost, power burst. So on defeat, I get to reset all of my actions. Or not. Oh, and I draw, of course. Memory of Sorrow. 1 influence and return a threat to the top of the deck. Well, I don't think we can take care of the Redeemer this turn. That's all right. So let's power up influence. And then we're going to use Explore to draw a card. Memory of Fear, Heal, and 2 Influence. Okay, I'll take it. So we take 2 damage. Next turn. Engineer, 5 Influence, 1 Spirit damage, and a Spirit boost of 1. I lose 1 Spirit when I combine. And there's Memory of Heaven. Okay, so we're at 7 cards now with that draw. So we're past our hand limit. So we need to play some cards, which I think we're going to do anyway. Well, let's take care of that Redeemer. Power up Explore. I think. No, let's power up Fight. We're going to play Memory of Fear and Memory of Redemption for 4 influence. Then we'll use the action, save our power token to get 7 and take care of that Redeemer. Now we can reset all our actions. And can we get to 5 we need for that Engineer? Not without combining. Do we want to combine? We could combine these two. So I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4 for Memory of Sorrow. Yeah, I don't think I can get there, but that's okay. It just does 1 damage. So let's use Explore to draw a card. Memory of Veil. So we're at 6 cards, not past our hand limits. And we'll power up Influence. So I could, at this point, I could get 3, 4, combine for 5. I could use my key for an additional action. I don't want to do that. I want to save my additional actions for the Diabolus, the foes. So we'll take 1 damage for that Engineer. And next is the Butcher. 5 fight. There's one spirit damage. I draw Memory of Home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we got 4, 5. Yeah, that's nice. Let's do that. So we're going to play Memory of Sorrow. Are we? So that would just let me return the Butcher to the top of the deck. I mean, it's nice in that it just slows everything down a little bit, but the Butcher is not, I'm not particularly afraid of the Butcher. He only does 1 damage. He's easy to beat. Um, but I can easily just beat him next turn. And so that gives me a couple turns here to kind of catch up, get some more cards in my hand. Yeah, I like that. So um, play this for Influence 1. We'll use both of our power tokens, defeat the Engineer, heal for 1. We return the Butcher to the top of the deck. And that's our turn. So let's power up Explore, preparing for another Alchemist or one of the next keys, and on to the next turn. There's the Butcher, and we draw the Memory of Fear. All right, let's take care of that Butcher. So we're going to use our fight action and both power tokens to defeat him. I have 7 cards, so I need to play. I'll play Memory of Heaven. I'll heal 2, and I get a power token on fight. Next, I've got lots of Explore in my hand, and with Explore at the highest slot, I'll put the power token on Influence instead. Key of Love. Right. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so somewhere in the next 2 cards, we're going to see the next foe. We draw the next Memory of Heaven. Okay, well this game is flowing very easily for us. We're going to use this. We're going to grab our second key. We'll play Memory of Heaven because we need to. We're at our hand limit, so we get another power token on fight, and we're all set. Oh, well, then we can power up. So why don't we power up Influence? I may lose these power tokens because of the Diabolist, and we got a Mystic. Okay, so we go looking. Oh, there's that Diabolist, the Alchemist, Butcher, Ranger. There's the key. Okay. So here's what we've coming. We have Anima, Deha. All right. Good to know that we have the Alchemist coming. So I'm not gonna. I've got two unused keys, so I don't think I would want to go for that. Key of Valor up here, but I definitely won't now that I know it's coming. Butcher, Changer, Corrupt Diabolist, and Alchemist. Okay. And we draw and revert. So we are awash in additional actions here. Um, well, let's take care of that Mystic. So we'll use one. Yep, we'll use one power token. Take care of the Mystic. So I do have 7 cards here, so I need to combine or play. I think I'm gonna combine. Um, so 7. I need 7 Explorer to take care of that Alchemist. So I've got 4 here in my hand. I think I'm gonna combine Memory of Might and Memory of Home for a power token on Explore. And then let's add another power token on Explore. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for tilting it. I don't take any damage. Um, and we're off. All right, Butcher. 6 fight. I threw away my 1 fight card, but I've got this Memory of Blood here. So we'll play Memory of Blood for 2 fight. We'll use one of these power tokens to get 6 fight, and we'll take care of the Butcher. Um, now I'm all set with my Explore here to handle the Alchemist. Could also grab that key, although I don't. Let's see, I got 5. I'd send it back into the bottom slot, which I don't love. I think I'm going to leave it as is and we'll power up Influence because that Diabolist doesn't have very high. He's not hard to defeat. There he is. So I can use these cards from the lower slots if I have to, and we draw Memory of Might. Um, okay. Well, this looks pretty straightforward. So let's use Influence 2, and then we'll play, and that's one of the requirements for the Diabolist. We'll play Memory of Heart for additional action and Memory of Might for 1 strength, and then we'll use 4 strength, and we'll defeat the Corrupt Diabolist. And we lose 2 power tokens for on defeat. So let's drop 1 from here and 1 from here. Um, That's our turn. We power up, explore. I want to preserve. I want to keep explore here to take care of that alchemist as soon as it shows up. I'm doing that rather than grabbing that key changer. All right, so when I defeat him, I put the topmost Deha threat back into play, which is this mystic. I don't want to do that because then I'm going to go find the next key and kind of rush through the deck a little bit. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to let it sit around here. We're sitting at 18 health, so we're in great position health wise. Memory of blood. All right. Well, the game is with that. If I'm not going to defeat that changer, then maybe I should grab the key. But I don't want to do that. I need to save my explorer um for the alchemist. So got lots of fight in my hand. So why don't we use fight to draw another card? There's a memory of sorrow. I'm debating. I maybe I should have just gone for it. And well, I don't want to pay. I don't. Yeah, I could have gone for it and taken out the changer and then used one of my additional actions and taken out the mystic. But I don't want to play fight from the lowest slot, and that's just inefficient. So let's go ahead and power up influence. I take 1 damage for that changer, and next turn there's the alchemist. 7, explore, and we draw memory of hearts. Okay, so we have 7 cards in our hand. We need to use some, but we're going to do that here for the alchemist. So we're going to play 3 from our hand, and then use one of those power tokens to take care of the alchemist, and we heal 2 for that. So now when I defeat the changer, the alchemist would come back into play. Let's power up fight, and that's our turn. So we take 1 damage for the changer. Next threat is the next foe, the next corrupt diabolist. So 3 influence, 3 fight. Should be no problem. Take care of him. We do discard 2 power tokens on his defeat, though. So let's use influence. Don't need to use any of those power tokens. And then we'll play. Actually, I'm right at my hand limit. Let's turn the key of sight for our additional action, and then we'll use fight. I turn the key, so now I can flip it and use the explore action. I could flip it without turning it, but once I flip it, I can no longer turn it. So I'm going to do it this way. So we defeat the diabolist, we heal for 1, and we lose 2 power tokens. So let's we're sitting on a lot of fight and influence, so we can afford to lose, I think, these 2 like that. And we can power up explore, 3, 5. Yeah, and that's our turn. So we take damage for that changer. Next up is another mystic. So we go looking for the next key. Oh, there's the next foe. There's the key. Key of light. The highest explore value keys. We've got 8 and 7 there. So what we turned up? We turned up a Joker, Lawmaker, Champion. So that Champion, there are no anima threats. We've got that Changer there though. So if that, yeah, so if the Champion comes out, that's a way we can get rid of that Changer is through that Champion. Let's shuffle this together. And we draw our card, Memory of Heaven. 7 cards, so we've got to use one here, use it or lose it. Um, Boy, we are in a pretty strong position, I think. Um, we can, I think maybe I grab one of those keys this turn, if I can. Let's see, 5. Can't quite get there. I can flip this for 6, but I'm still 1 short. I want to play most of these, so I don't want to combine. We're going to play Memory of Sorrow, and we'll use influence. We'll save our power token and we'll defeat the Deha. We can return a threat to the top of the deck. So we're going to return that Changer to the top of the deck. I could return a key. It is considered a threat, but I'm not going to do that. And let's power up Explore. So we're just buying ourselves time here to get those keys. Next turn, there's the Changer, and I draw Memory of Poison to Explore. All right, great. So now we can grab a key. So we've got 6, play that is 8, we heal 1. And we use all those power tokens, and we're going to grab the Key of Light. And that's our turn. We take 1 damage for the Changer. Next turn. Okay, there's our Champion. Great. So if we defeat the Champion, I guess we just ignore the Changer. We don't discard it. It's not the, Oathsworn allows you to discard. All right, and we draw Memory of Redemption. Okay, so we need 6 fights. We get that here. So we'll play Memory of Heaven. So we get a power token, and then we'll play Memory of Blood for 2 additional fight. We heal 2 for the Memory of Heaven. We've got our 6 fight that we need. I didn't boost at the end of last turn. Moving a little too quickly. I think I would, I boost the fight, knowing what was coming up based on what we looked at. So get that power token back there. So we use the fight, defeat the Champion, we ignore the Changer. Let's add a power token to influence. We take 1 damage down to 19. And on to the next turn. There's the Lawmaker. Veilwraiths may not use key abilities. Okay, I need to get rid of him. Because I've got additional action here in my hand for the Memory of Heart. But still, I don't like having him sitting around there. So we got 5, we need 6 influence. Let's play Memory of Redemption and use 1 power token to get our 6 influence to take care of that Lawmaker. And we'll power up Explore. We take 1 damage for the changer. Boy, this game is a lot slower than the last one. I mean, I feel like the pacing is so different because we're in much better control. Not nearly as much scrambling. Corrupt Diabolist, a second foe, and we drew Memory of Might. So we need 4 influence and 2 fight to defeat him. Well, here's our 2 fight. Play Memory of Hearts, and we'll also play Memory of Sorrow. So Memory of Hearts, the additional action. Memory of Sorrow is the 1 influence we need. We can return the changer to the top of the deck. Go ahead and use this action, and we defeat Diabolist and heal 1. We do discard 2 power tokens, so we have no power tokens left in play. We'll tilt Explore, and we'll end that turn. Okay, so we are just closing in on it here. I'm checking where we are in the stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got a ways to go before we're going to see that giant come up. That's the last foe we have. We still need to see, we need to get this key, and then there's one more. So really, we're just kind of in maintenance mode here, trying to work our way towards the portal. There's the changer again. I draw a Memory of Home, which is an explore. So I can flip here. That would be 5. There's 6. Not enough. Key of Valor is 7. I'm okay leaving the changer there. So let's power up Explore. So we're ready to get that key. And then we can let's use Fight to draw a card. Memory of Fear. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. All right. So we take 1 damage for the changer. Next up is the Joker. 8 fight. Veilwraiths may not combine 2 spirit damage. Okay. That's a big guy. So I think the remaining challenge we have in this game is since I can't flip fight, um, getting enough fight. So the Enraged Giant, I think the played ability is you discard 4 power tokens. So unless you just got tons of power tokens, you're probably going to be starting from scratch with your fight action, and he takes 9 fight to defeat. So I've got to be sitting on a lot of fight in order to take care of him speedily, and I think he does a lot of damage, probably 4. So, and now we're looking at this Joker too. We got lots of actions available to us. So I'm not going to be able to take care of this Joker this turn. Maybe now is when I deal with this changer and then bring back the lawmaker, but then take care of the lawmaker while I wait to deal with the Joker. Is that? I don't know. Probably a better use of my actions is grabbing the key. So yeah, let's flip this for a power token. Then we're going to play Memory of Home for 1 Explore, and we'll use Explore for 7. We'll get this key. Let's power up Fight. And I think I'm just going to use one of my additional actions here. So I'm going to use, I'll turn the key of love, and I'm going to use this to draw another card. Memory of Might, one fight. So, but I have 7 cards now. Maybe I should have played Memory of Heart for the additional action. Um, yeah, why don't, well, then yeah, why don't I do that? So I'll play that instead. So now I'm at my hand limit. Okay. So one reason I did that, I have a lot of additional actions available to me, but I also moved fight further up the queue, so I effectively added another power token on it, I guess, and so instead of combining, I just moved it up and increased its value that way. There's a lawmaker, 1 spirit cost. He does, uh, it takes either 6 influence or 6 fight. Sorry, these guys were drifting off the screen there. These are like tarot-sized cards, so they're a little bit, take up a little bit more space. And we drew Memory of Blood. And there, we're getting lots of fight, so we're working up to have enough to just drop on that giant. Well, I need to take damage. I take 2 damage for the Joker. And 1 damage for the Changer. Now we're down to 15. Okay. That was from last turn. So now this turn, let's see, I've got 4 here. I've got 6 in my hand, so I would need to use 4. Why don't we do that? Um, how far away is this giant? He could be coming up any card now, so maybe we don't do that. Uh, let's play some of our influence instead and take care of the lawmaker. I can't use any key abilities, so I can't turn for additional actions until I defeat him. So it's not the most efficient by any stretch, by any means. But we're going to play 6 influence from our hand. 2 Memory of Fears allows us to heal for 2, and then we're going to use influence to get the 6 we need to defeat that lawmaker. And then is that how I want to do that? No, I don't think I want to do it that way. Instead, I'm actually going to play Memory of Strength. 2 fight, and I'm going to use this and power token. So that's 6 fight, which to defeat the lawmaker, and that allows me to ignore the Joker this round, so he's not going to deal me any damage. Um, now I'm going to use Key of Love. I'm going to use Explore to draw a card. Memory of Veil. Okay, so I have 7 cards now. I don't really want to combine for power tokens to use these cards because I'm just going to lose it when the giant shows up, and that could be happening at any point now. So I think I'm just gonna, well, no, why don't I do this? So I will use the key of light for another action. I'm going to flip the key of love for a power token on influence. And then I'll play the memory of fear. So I heal one. I did not unheal myself when I undid my turn. So I was at 15 originally. Now I heal one for 16. And then I'm going to use uh, 5. I guess I didn't need to flip that key, but I'm gonna just take care of this changer, and we'll put the lawmaker back into play. Yeah. All right. I don't know. I feel like I just spun my wheels there, but I did sort of make progress, I guess, because now when I see the lawmaker, that spot's gone. I do take 1 damage for that lawmaker though. Next turn, up. There's another changer. Okay. Uh, Great. Okay. Well, there's Memory of Heaven, and I'm at the bottom of my deck. So got 6 fight in my hand, which is as much as I would need to take care of that giant when he pops up. But I think, boy, suddenly I'm pretty low on additional actions. How did that happen? Um, raw memory. If I flip the key of light, I get an additional memory. I don't know what that's going to help me with. So, hmm, I wish my influence was higher so I could use it to defeat the lawmaker. I can use fight. Um, Maybe I should just bite the bullet and uh, go for that Joker. Yeah. Let's see, I need 5. So I've got 3. I need 5. I need to play 5 to take care of that Joker. The giant is looming. He's somewhere. He's a sneaky giant. I don't know where and when he's going to turn up. Um, I'm at 15 health. I'm decently positioned there. So I think I'm gonna actually not do that. I changed my mind. I'm gonna go for the lawmaker. I'm gonna play Memory of Heaven, so I heal 2, power token on fight. I'm gonna play Hoof Fight for my hand for 6 fight, and that um, takes care of the lawmaker. So now I can use my keys again as a side bonus. Let's power up Explore. We will have 1 final key we need to get in order to get out of here. So we take 2 damage for that Joker. Draw, there's the Redeemer. 7 influence. I get to reset all of my actions on defeats when I defeat her. So she's a 2 damage, 2 spirit damage. And we draw 1, draw our Memory of Heaven again. Nice. So now I just have 2 fight in my hand. 3 if you count the power token from Memory of Heaven. What I'd like to do is take care of that Redeemer. So I can do that. I can get to the 7. I've got 4 here in my hand and then the power token here. So we'll go ahead and power up Explore, and then we'll play all of our influence. We'll heal 1 for the Memory of Fear. Use that power token. We'll defeat the Redeemer. So now we reset all of our actions. Now let's use Explore to draw a card. Memory of Heart, so we got another action there, and we'll power up Fight. Yeah. So we may just lose all these power tokens if the giant shows up, but if he doesn't, they still be useful. Uh, and on to the next. There he is, giant. Okay, play, discard 3 power tokens. All right, well, we lose all that. So he does 3 damage, and we can heal for 4 when we defeat him. It takes 9 fight to defeat. We draw Memory of Sorrow. Return a threat to the top of the threat deck. All right, so let's see, how can we get to 9? Well, we've still got just 2, 3, 6, so we are significantly short. Let's flip the key of light and draw us an additional memory. All right, Memory of Sorrow. Okay, so we might just play that not for the influence, but to return threats to the deck and just slow this down while we build up the strength to take on that giant. So 6 cards here. So yeah, we'll power up fights. Let's use Explore. No, we'll use an Influence to draw a card. Save Explore, move Explore further up for that last key. And now let's play both of our Memory of Heaven. So we heal for 4, up to 17, and we get 2 power tokens on fight. So now it's 6. So I think I'll play one of the Memory of Sorrows and return this Joker to the top of the deck. And that's our turn. So we take 4 damage down to 13. Turn up that Joker. Reveal Memory of Poison. That's some Explore. We can use that to get out of here when we need it. And so we're sitting at 8. We need 9. We could combine for the last bit we need, last one we need. I think we'll do that. So I think I'm going to throw back. So we'll combine Memory of Heart and Memory of Sorrow for 1. I've got my additional action here on the Key of Valor if I need it. And then we'll play Memory of Blood along with all of those power tokens to defeat this enraged giant. And heal for 4, up to 17. That's our turn, so we take 3 damage. And keep going. So now we're just looking for the portal. Oh my god, a second Joker. Boy, this game is going to get tight in the end after all. Boy, I don't know. This will get tight because I have to do the last key, and then I have to do the portal. The portal's 8, and the last key, well, it's just 5. So between those two, we need 13. 13. 13 explore. Right now I've got 4 in hand, 3, 7. So we're 6 short. So there's a joker. I need to draw a card here. Oh, Memory of Veil. Okay, so we've now got, that was good timing. 2 more explore. So now we're at 9. We're going to need 13. Oh, I didn't power up. I'm going to power up explore because I know that's what I need. Um, Getting a little sloppy here because I kind of assumed I had it wrapped up, and these jokers are coming back to bite me. I can't complain. That's important to note. Um, so it's not an option to me to get those last explores. So let's power up again, power up explore, and we'll use influence to draw a card. Memory of home. Okay, so we've drawn. We have a big hand of explore. We have 6, 7 in hand, 10, 12. So we're almost at what we need. We take 5 damage. It's going to be tight, guys. And let's look for that last key. Great. Key of power. So it's 1 of 2. I don't think I could have gone another turn without getting that. We draw Memory of Might. These jokers are just sitting there making faces at me with their 2 spirit cost. I've only got 7, so I can only go this turn and 1 more. So I think this turn we've got to grab that key. I still might not get there. I still might not get there because I can't combine. Wow. I might lose this game right at the very end, guys. After having such an easy road with it, easy time with it. Um, let's see. So I need to get Explore back up. I need to, let's turn the Key of Valor. We'll use Fight to, well, we'll use Influence to draw a card. Memory of Strength. All right, that's really helpful. We can ignore its spirit cost to this threat this round. Definitely going to need that. Fight is unused. So we'll flip the Key of Valor and we'll heal 1. Every spirit cost, every spirit matters at this point. Um, Almost have enough to take out 1 of those jokers, but not quite. I can get to 7, but I need 8, and I can't combine because of the jokers. Well, actually, let's do it this way then. So I won't use Key of Valor for that action. Well, I can't do that because now I know what I drew. If I'd use Key of Power instead, then I could still use. Well, no, I need to get the external action. See, Key of Power, when you flip it, gives you a power token here. So if I'd use that for my additional action, then I could flip it and use my final key to defeat the Joker. Now I could flip it, still get the power token, but I don't have the additional action. So um, I can't do that. So that's our turn. We're going to power up Fight and take 5 damage. Boy, this is going to be pretty close after all. And there's an engineer. Oh no. Okay, so 2 spirit damage for him. Portal comes also into the threat area now that I have the last key. And I draw the Memory of Fear. Okay. Um, so that portal is 8, and I've got 1, 5 in my hand. So all I need to do is get it into the highest slot, and then I win. I can get out of here. Well, that's very, very doable. So let's we can just use this to draw a card if we want. Um, yeah, that's the easiest way to do this. So, well, no, why don't we just take out one of those jokers while we can? So, uh, play 4 from our hand, use the power token, defeat one of these jokers. Then we'll turn our key for another action, and we're gonna play 7, more than we needed. We heal 1, not that it matters. Grab our key, or use explore action, and then we're out the portal. Boy, that got really tight at the end. I was kind of coasting along there for the longest time. And then it all caught up to me at the end, waiting around for that portal to show up. So this game does keep you on your toes. I'm going to decide. One of my benefits for the vignette is I get a extra ribbon. I'm also going to decide what memory I want to upgrade. Once I make that choice, I will come back and let you know. All right, made my choice here. This next vignette looks pretty nasty. I'm a little bit concerned about it, but I'm not. We'll see how I do. It's got 6 foes, and then in one of the stacks, in the fourth stack, there are 2 foes in that stack, and some of these require explore to defeat. The keys are an additional take +1 explore to acquire. So I feel like there's gonna be a lot of pressure on my explore ability and also on healing. So I'm gonna take out, I'm gonna upgrade my one of my memory of home cards into this memory of poison. So I'm gaining 1 explore and also a heal, adding that to my deck. Um, we'll see if it's enough. I may have to may need a little bit of luck on my side to make it through that, but we will see. We will see. I'm, I've taken so far in this game, I've only been upgrading 1 basic memories into the next tier. I've not gone into the 3rd tier, or I guess grade 2 level. And maybe I should have. I don't know. But I'm feeling like I want to get rid of, these cards like this, memory of home, where they're really just 1. Is not all that exciting. So I want to get rid of these first and then look at upgrading further. So anyway, that's how I've been thinking about it. Thanks for watching. Wish me luck as I look ahead towards the Black Gates and the Oni and Veil Seer foes. And until then, happy gaming.